So as I'm sure most of you have probably figured out by now, I'm a bit of a Mega Man fan. So suffice it to say I was really looking forward to Mighty Number 9. But even then, I kept my hype in check and waited, and waited, and waited, until the day finally arrived. And then it got almost unanimously slammed by critics and the community. Which is where I come in! So strap on your megabusters and let's blast our way to the bright side of Mighty Number 9. So, the first negative point we have to battle through is all the Kickstarter shenanigans, and there are a lot of shenanigans to go through. So firstly, not only did Keiji Inafune have a Kickstarter to make the game, which went over extremely well by the way, but he also made 2 more Kickstarters for additional content for the game before it was even released, in addition to a Kickstarter for a cartoon show and another one for a completely unrelated game. What were you thinking, Inafune? I feel like he was trying to study the Tim Schafer model of Kickstarter programs when he pulled this nonsense. And speaking of the extra bits those extra Kickstarters were for, let's talk about how bad the voice acting was for most of the main characters. While I did enjoy a few of the voice actors for some of the other Mighty numbers, most of the main cast just seems to be going through the motions of their lines in the hopes that once they finish they can be released from the torment Keiji was putting them through. Particularly Call. Then there's the strangely low texture quality for some things, like explosions and bullets. Some of the backdrops look much more vibrant and cartoonish that it looks strange seeing super pixelated blocks coming your way sometimes. Then there's the big problem that most of you are probably familiar with. The pacing of the game can't seem to make up its mind. Kind of like me in this review right now. The infinite air dashing makes traveling very fast-paced and exciting, but then there's just strange instant death pits and other random enemies that get in your way that slow the pace back down to a screeching halt, or before you know it, you'll be restarting the level for the 5th time. But enough dwelling in the shadows. Let's crash through into the light. Now I'm going to start by saying I actually liked the character animations. The dashing, the shooting, and the animations for the boss weapons all fit the art style they went for, and are what I would expect from a Mega Man style game. And speaking of boss weapons, I've heard quite a few people say that there's only 2 or 3 boss weapons that are of any use outside of a single boss fight, to which I have to say, have you ever played a Mega Man game before? Aside from Mega Man X, pretty much all of the boss weapons in other games were complete garbage except for the boss they're good against. And then there's how Beck actually starts looking more and more exhausted when his health gets lower and lower. I know it's not the most revolutionary thing, but it's kind of the little details that get to me the most sometimes. Aside from that, the music for this game is just about what you would expect from a Mega Man style game. Even though you sometimes have to repeat the levels due to your own impatience, I don't really begrudge it because I get to keep listening to some good tunes in the process, like this one going on right now. Oh, also I suppose I should talk about the character designs. I appear to be in the minority on this one, but I actually like the character design for the enemies, including the Mighty numbers. With the exception of Bat. God, what were you thinking, Inafune? But the brightest point of this game is that they made this guy!
And now, live from Aussie News World Headquarters, continuing coverage of Nation in Crisis!
Well, that's all for Mighty Number 9, everyone. But before we head out, I just want to let you know that it looks like a Q&A video one for what you guys would like to see. So if you have any questions you want to ask me or just want another game brightened up, feel free to drop a comment in the sections below or hit me up on Twitter, which you can find a link to that in the description below. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed your stay, and until next time, keep gaming.